Who say they want it? Who say they ready? See, you might not like it, but you gon' respect it, cause this is West Texas. Who say they want it? Who say they ready? Hey, coach, they might not like it, but they gon' respect it, cause this is West Texas. I said it's game time. You know it's game time. Hey, coach, they know it's game time. You know it's game time. I said it's game time. Come on. Hey, coach, they know it's game time. Hey, who say they want? We want. Who say they ready? We ready. They might not like. We like it. But this is West Texas, and they gon' respect it.
I believe Wall defensive coordinator Craig Slaughter said it best. You start on TV, you end on TV. At least that's the motto, that's the goal for the Wall Hawks this season, who took care of business tonight against the Class 2A Division I state champion Mason Punchers, 47-7 here at the Puncher Dome. And what a performance the Hawks put on, no doubt. Well, good evening, folks. I'm Manny Diaz. Welcome to the Puncher Dome. And a dominating performance from the Hawks tonight. We're going to get to these highlights, which there's plenty of, to say the least. Plus, the post-game sound is what we're all about tonight. How the Hawks are ending a superstition. You want to stick around for that from head coach Houston Guy. Plus, our play of the game. Not to mention the sounds of the game. Some good stuff from the Wall Hawk band. But first things first, those Chip Cole and Associates Ranch Brokers highlights. Sure, Jerry World in Arlington is nice, but how about the Puncher Dome in Mason, Texas? A true sight to see with an amazing crowd on hand for some Thursday night football. Meanwhile, Michael McLeod, the new Mason head coach and assistant once upon a time under Wall head coach Houston Guy. As for the kids, well, Mason Fuchs and the Wall Hawks looking for some payback against Clay Clariner and the Mason Punchers. Opening drive for the Punchers. Well, not exactly the way they drew it up to start. Ball hits the carpet and the Hawks take over with great field position. Wall not wasting any time on the ensuing drive. Mason Fuchs to Connor Diersky for the 9-yard pitch and catch. 2-point conversion good, 8-0 Wall. Ensuing kickoff, check out your boy Colton Diebich just sizing up the hit. Boom goes the dynamite. Punchers with the rock now and looking to move the chains on 3rd and 2, but the Hawks defense coming up clutch to force the punt. Next Wall drive, we saw Chase Rios bust onto the scene in 2018 as a sophomore. Tonight, picking up where he left off. Chunking up the deuces for the 40-yard touchdown. 2-point try good, 15-0 Hawks. Under 2 to go in the first quarter, Hawks with the ball on first down, and the Mason defense says, hold up, getting to cinch Dickey in the backfield. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Houston Guy going back to Dickey on the very next play, and, well, he gone. Breaking off a little something-something to the tune of a 67-yard touchdown, giving Wall the 21-0 lead. And, of course, Gary Speck showing the Hawks some love. Second quarter, the Punchers looking to get on the comeback trail. Matthew Kerr finds his man, and the kids from Mason County are in business. Now 4th down from the 9-yard line, Michael McLeod rolls the dice and no luck as Kerr stopped in the backfield, turnover on downs. Later in the frame, same score, Puncher's ball. Kerr drops back but can't find a kid in purple as Jake Andrews comes up with the pick, giving the Hawks the ball at midfield. Ensuing Hawks drive, Wall knocking on the door. Mason Fuchs to Connor Diersky for the 3-yard touchdown, and the Wall student section is going nuts. Third quarter, Hawks back on the grind. They give it to the little engine that could. Grady McCray picks up a nice chunk of change. Very next play, Fuchs calls his own number for the 5-yard touchdown to make it 34-0 Hawks, and the Wall fans still going strong. Fourth quarter, after Mason would get on the board, how about my man Grady McCray strolls into the end zone. Look out for this kid to do some work this season. The Hawks most certainly score some payback from the 2018 loss as they pick up the dub over the defending state champs 47-7. Wall with 353 yards rushing to Mason's 84. The Hawks defense forcing 2 big turnovers that led to points. Craig Slaughter will take that any day. Coming up after the break, We'll hear from head coach Houston Guy and junior offensive and defensive lineman Tate Williams.
I really anticipated it being, a more, evenly matched game. I think the momentum changed pretty quickly for us. We got a big stop defensively. Came down, scored pretty quick, got another big stop, and then the momentum turned pretty quick in our favor.
I went into this game with a bad taste in my mouth. Last game, I had a block that I missed that cost us the game, and I had a bad taste coming into my mouth. Into this, I wasn't going to miss anything. So this is kind of a revenge for me.
We felt like if we could slow Clay down, we could have a chance really defensively to kind of shine and keep them off the field. And so felt like defensively we played great, keeping their offense off the field and letting our offense stay on the field a little bit longer.
Defensively, we just executed real well. Everything Coach Slaughter held us up to, we went through with it, and everything worked out the way we wanted it to.
From Rios to Herbert, it's guys that saw a lot of reps last year. How cool is it to see these guys doing what they're doing now?
As young kids, those guys are stepping up. Those guys that got reps as sophomores, you see the maturity level come back as juniors, and they're only going to get better. As those reps continue, as they get more reps as juniors, you're just going to see them improve by leaps and bounds.
A lot of times I don't see what happens. I've either got somebody on their back in the backfield, but It's mainly execution, and as Coach Guy said, that it starts in the trenches. And our O-line is we've got a pretty good O-line, and if I say so myself, we hold our own, and we want to make it easy for those running backs, make sure they don't get hurt, make sure Mason doesn't get hurt.
We haven't won an iced out jersey, iced out helmet in about 10 years, and so we threw this out there today thinking we'd break the superstition. And we broke a lot of superstitions this week. I ate different meals this week. I put on different socks. We just broke a lot of traditions. And so we're going to try something new, and this was one of those things that we tried, and it worked out good for us.
I think this breaks the superstition by a long shot. Every time we'd ever worn them before this, we lost. And break them out again, we whip a dang good team. So.
Time for this week's Play of the Game, brought to you by the 5th Annual Kimball County Barbecue Cook-Off and Cow Kick Family Fun Festival. Should be no surprise here. With under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter, Cinch Dickey takes it to the house for the 68-yard touchdown. This dude was hooking it up. So many backs to go around for this Houston Guy offense. So much fun these guys are going to be this season. That's good for this week's 5th Annual Kimball County Barbecue Cook-Off and Cow Kick Family Fun Festival. We'll talk about opening the season with a bang and doing it on the road with the eyes of Texas on them. Some serious props to Mason Fuchs and the Hawks offense, most certainly the stable of running backs, Chase Rios, Kai Herbert, Cinch Dickey, Grady McCray, and Bryson Ballard. But tonight, hats off to Craig Slaughter and the Hawks defense, who up until the fourth quarter were looking at a shutout against the defending Class 2A Division I state champs. Against a powerful Mason ground attack, the Hawks held the punchers to under 100 yards rushing. If this is any indication what the Hawks defense is capable of this fall, the 2019 season is sure to be one to watch for the kids from the east side of Tom Green County. Meanwhile, with another powerhouse team like Cisco on the schedule in Week 2, the question that will be entertained is, can they do it again? Well, hopefully we don't have to wait another 10 years for Houston Guy and the Wall Hawks to bust out the all-white, iced-out unis. A clean look tonight from the kids from the east side of Tom Green County as they best the Mason Punchers 47-7 here at the Puncher Dome. Meanwhile, don't forget to join us tomorrow night as the Cover One show stays on the road, as we'll be following the San Angelo Central Bobcats to Killeen as they take on the Shoemaker Wolves down in Central Texas. Tons of storylines surrounding the Bobcats, from Brady Allen, defensive lineman, transitioning to the O-line, to the new look Cats in the backfield and how they intend to complement Malachi Brown. Yeah, good stuff. We're looking forward to that one, to say the least. But before we end tonight, how about the sounds of the game presented by Bug Express from beginning to end, and look at that amazing Wall Hawk band. All right, for Cover One in San Angelo Live, I'm Manny Diaz. Good night, and God bless.
Down. Ready, take. No, keep going, right, all the way. Now, go. Ready, clear. Number 62 is Talking Cat.
captains tonight for the opening game in Texas high school football. I'm going to give both of you guys a souvenir $1 to take home with you and keep for however long you want to keep it.